Hello folks, welcome back to the Batcave and indeed Farm Sim 19 and my version of, contracting, which is, well, as you can see, a bit of a ragtag bunch. We have, I thought I ought to try a John Deere, just have a wee tittle, and yeah, it's alright. It's a nice, reasonably compact 300 horse, which for the previous John Deeres I have had experience of, it's a novel experience because they were quite big. Anyway, quick bit of housekeeping. Thanks to Delirious, I think that's how you say his name, or somebody of that ilk, I went and had a look at their updates, because when I start the game I foolishly checked the end game updates to see if there's many updates, and yeah, well, silly boy. I then went to, after I read the comment on on a species videos, I thought, oh, wait a minute. So off I went, downloaded it, fantabulous, and well, progress has been made. Fair is fair, progress has been made. I'm now sat here with pretty much everything bar the HOTAS, which I may have killed myself, so that's entirely down to me, I'm afraid. But I'm sat here with all my bits plugged in, and it's not going mad. It keeps doing that creeping thing, which I don't know why it's doing that. Get back down. So, oh, wait a minute, that could be why. Yes, okay, so that's on my G30. So that's down to me, right? Okay, fair enough. But yes, progress has been made, and apparently I need to be up here then. Okay. So, yes, very impressed. They've had support for some wheels and a few other bits and pieces. Unfortunately, the wheels they've added support for are the top flight boys. And, well, I suppose that means they're going to add support for other ones as we get on. I mean, they're on the 1.1.3. Right, hang on a sec. Let's just... okay. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, you McDuff. Right. Because I haven't set up a profile on my Logitech, so I'll just do that, and that. Right, there we go. Save controls. Lovely. Right. Now then, hopefully that'll stop doing it. It may or may not, I don't know. I think it's partially to do with my side panel giving out. But anyway, on this contracting lark, some bits and pieces I found out. Now, the question is actually, do I have one running? I've done 2 contracts since I last saw you. No, I haven't. Right, well, fertilising is actually quite a good number to be on. Now that I've got this beastie up to on thin wheels and what have you, and a tractor and what have you, it's quite a good little learner and relatively quick. Field 22, chings. I've ploughed, sowed, and done 1 fertilisation already on field 22. Right, well, I'll tell you what, it'll be relatively quick with the machine I've got, because it's a better setup than they're giving me. So we'll do that. Right, lovely. Get out of you and out of you. Right, oh no. There we go. Yes, I might have had it a wee bit loud. Now I have tried a couple of other mods. Hang on. I think that's all. I filled it up with lime, and yeah, guess what? Nothing needed lime. That's just, yeah. So yes, a couple of things I've learned so far. If you're doing it for yourself, that oh, all right, hang on. Right. If you're doing it for yourself, then right, well, stop crashing, that would be good. Then oh, I'm doing really well with my words today. Subsoilers, yes, they work grand for you, but if you're doing a contract, it has to be specifically what they ask for, and no second best. So I did a sowing one, and I had a seeder with fertilizer in it, and I thought, oh well, if it's not allowed, I haven't got access. Right, okay. It'll just block the fertilizer. No, it still takes the fertilizer. It just flashes up a wee message saying you haven't got access. So I went and emptied it, the fertilizer that is, and put the seed back in, and happy days. So yeah, when it asks for something, it's specific. Possibly too much? Well, possibly. Right, what are we on for that? Yes, as you can see, the money's not brilliant, but it is better than it was. So right. Of course you are. Of course you are. Right. Right, boys. Yeah, the sound might be a bit loud on that one, but oh, hang on, is that a bale? Is that a bale for it? Oh, it's pallets. What? Oh. Right, I was trying that again. Okay, so excuse me while I sort things out again. So that'll be why. That down to there. And as I have said before, I'm not going to do any more tiddling about with controllers and such. Right, so excuse me a second. Extend and retract is a pointless effort. And extend and retract is a pointless effort. Right. Now the reason I'm saying that is, okay. See all this? There should be another button in front of it when I do that. So at the moment, that's the two that I'm getting, just repeated up here. And that's pointless. Now, as luck would have it, I've got a slight... Yeah, I've got a wee extension, and hey, who minds a wee extension for an hour? Righty, so let's get this into the snicket and get going. Transport is really cheap, as in the and the missions, contracts, yes, contracts. Right, so what is it? That. There you go. Right, so I'm using keyboard on my lap, so yeah, not ideal, but hey, it works. There we are, that's you. Still not quite got the hang of this stop go malarkey, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Are you? Yes, you are. Right. I have to say though, if you're going to do contracts, it's a wise investment to get some tunes that you like. Because I don't know if you've ever heard of the band V&V, but if you haven't, go and have a listen. They do quite a wide variety, but it's, and I know to some this may be an oxymoron, but it's dance music worth listening to. So I would put it. But yeah, especially for especially for the ploughing ones, that takes forever. But I suppose as things improve, you get bigger kit and so on and so forth. I have taken a slight loan out, 15,000, which is not a huge amount, I know, but I'm trying to keep it as low as possible. Not going to say I'm being overly successful with that one, but hey, we can but try. And also that their combine, it's right enough, there's nothing wrong. Well, there may be faults with the animation, but from a practical, as an in-game point of view, as in doing stuff, it works. It's just painfully slow. Right, that's you. Okay, let's get you parked over here. And then, now as I was saying, thin tires. Right, oh, right. Back off that. So, off we go. Oh, hang on. It's, can I see? Not really. Oh, see the shadow. Oh, now, talking of shadows, one thing that did actually... Well, I actually stopped and drove back and did it again. I did a big loop. When I was tiddling about at night, there was the dying bits of sunshine, and on a very long shadow, I think it was on this stretch of road too, off to my right. I've just gone past the entrance, haven't I? Have I? Maybe not. No, there it is. On this stretch of road, I had a shadow on the right hand side, and you could actually see the housing inside the beacon going round, which is just nuts. And I've just changed my mind, that's why I'm running over here. But yeah, oh, right, okay. Now I'm not sure how far 7,000 will get us, but it should get us a fair way. If only we were playing golf. Right. Yeah, I know I don't have access to that land, but it's this land I'm wanting to do. I'm still too close. Can we get rid of that, please? Thank you. And we're still too close. Right, now then. Oh, GPS mod. Somebody do GPS mod. Go on. This field is by far the best earner. Well, it's a big field, so I suppose that makes sense. But and this is painfully learned. Okay, so don't fall into the trick I did. When you're doing this sort of thing, and have I got it? No, I haven't. Do that. There we are. Now have it on that screen for the simple reason. Now, yeah, I might have wasted a couple of litres, but I'll manage. It's the same as 17, in as much as it's not 100%. It claims it's 100% completion for the mission, but in the field, especially in this one, there's a fair chunk left. And a bit like Delirious said to me about the sugar beet contract, it's worth your while keeping an eye on that sort of thing, because if you're doing a contract for produce like he told me about, then hold on to it, because you do every last scrap, you get the extra as well as your standard pay and all that sort of thing. If you're doing this, you can get a completion, and when I first did this, I only just had enough. I had about 4,000 litres, and that was it. I was absolutely brassic, absolutely broke. So brassic is a Greg term. Not sure where I picked it up from, but I picked it up from somewhere. But yeah, I was absolutely broke, and I started off with 4,000 litres. Now it should have taken the 4,000 to finish it, but because I was being keeping on a close eye, I thought it was running a bit quick, and I ended up with a 500 litres. Now 500 litres is not a huge amount, but if you're doing that every job, it'll soon mount up. That's my theory anyway. So yes, contracting is definitely a slow burn. If you haven't got patience and good music to listen to, then I would go for farm manager, because you get a good lump of money to start with, and yeah, you're pretty good to go right from the get-go. There's a lot of goals going in there. However, me being slightly awkward and what have you, I actually quite like this. And okay, I'm gabbing a lot, but yeah. Actually, talking of which, let's just put that up a wee bit. There we are, just a wee hint in the background, because the sound is actually really, really well done. The one I was noticing the other day watching Species, the mechanism in the trailer pickup, it sounds solid. It's got real bass to it. Now that might be my system, because I've got a 5.1 system that it's not silly amounts of money, but it's a nice one, I think. Good enough for me. Certainly good enough for me. But yes, they sound a lot better. Now the 7250 or whatever it is, that case one, I don't know what's going on with the sound. I'm hoping it's my setup again, that because I recently did an update and I went through all the drivers my machine could possibly take, and they all had new ones, so I was a bit behind on that one. So hopefully that's a lot of the issue. But it was just sounding like it was running on a turbine rather than well, wildly assuming it's a diesel engine. Same with the new John Deere. But see, now that's, I don't know, perhaps 10 minutes or so. And what I was finding, apart from the ploughing one, which is just painfully slow, full stop, but what I was finding, if you're doing a contract, basically every time you finish a song, it's worth having a note. See, there you go. Well, now there you are, you see. We have that, and sorry if I just shouted down your lug hole, I really didn't mean to. But there you go. Contract done, $5,000. Now, I've nothing to gain here, because I've bought everything anyway, so I probably missed that yet again by a wee bit. So hit complete, and ta-da! You see? Right, so there's another $5,000 to the... really? 869, that's a bit rubbish. Why is that? Field 28 to station. Are they next door to each other? Is that what's going on? Hang on, where was that going? Train station mill. Where's train station mill? Well, alright, that's just a bit of right. Well, I'll not be doing that one. Hang on, what about you? Well, now, shall we? Field 10, where's 10? I think we shall. Right, now this time. No, Deb, get off. Right, thank you. So what have we got? 6,000 litres. That back. Field 10 is over now. The beauty of row crops, as Species has mentioned. You can do what you like. Now I played around with FOV, and this is me up at 70. I think I'm going to go back to Old Faithful. No, not that. That's naughty. I spent a lot of time the last game in at 68, and I think 68 is the way forwards. Oh, yeah. I can't help it. It's hardwired in. Drive on the left. And they do seem kind of awkward. I mean, I'm basing that on my massive experience of a week over in Amsterdam. Where they drive on the right hand side, and I have to say the road system there was fantabulous. Most impressed. That one? Oh, that one then. There you go, that one. Out to there. That. So, now then, now that I'm suitably far in, hope everybody's in good form. Thank you all for watching this far, and hopefully it's vaguely entertaining and hopefully a little informative. Just to be absolutely clear, I have a save game which is just dedicated to trying silly things. Having corrupted one save, I'm not about to have a go at another one, which I'm quite sure I'm capable of, but I won't. Now, what I will do is have this, the bit I just showed you basically. Oh, that's not so far off there. Right, you'll do. The side panel. As and when there's an update, I'll give the side panel a do, and if that behaves, grand. If not, then, well. And I tried the HOTAS, and it doesn't get upset with the HOTAS anymore. Equally, it completely ignores the HOTAS. It just says, yes, you've got one, and I'm not going to give you any buttons on it whatsoever, but you do have one. Unless, of course, I was doing something wrong, but when I tried it, it recognised it, it just didn't go mental, but it didn't let me assign any buttons. So, but in fairness, what normal person would want to put HOTAS on a driving game? I mean, you know, as previously mentioned, I don't claim to be normal, but there you are. And the only other person I know who is trying this same sort of idea, probably in the same boat as me on that one. Not overly worried about it, but yes, not going to claim to be your norm. And the scenery is fantastic. I had the AA a bit flat out. Now I knocked it back one because my frame rate wasn't so hot, and you'll notice I'm down at 90, so it's not quite flying along as well as it did in 17, but in and out of vehicle does make a huge difference. Which, yeah, I say huge, okay, 10 frames, not a huge difference, a significant difference. But I get the impression they've done something to smooth out the frame rates. When I watch this back, doing the render out, because I don't do a huge amount of editing, as you've noticed. I do believe in the warts and all approach, unless it's a complete cluster what's it, and in that case we just bin it and go again. But it does seem to be a little more stable, just a little. So hopefully that'll help out my pal Species. And in case you're not familiar, Species 7 is a grand lad to go to for Farm Sim 19, and yeah, I know that's what I'm doing, but he does it as well, and we have a slightly different approach to things, so it's not watching two channels that are the same, we just do things slightly differently. But he's also far more adventurous and forgiving about early access games. So if you see something on Steam and you go, ooh, I wonder, have a nosy, because chances are he's had a run through, and even if he doesn't like it, he'll still give it a decent crack. There's a lot more games that I plan to be doing, but at the moment I seem to be getting a little fixated on this one. I'm sort of at the point where I'm getting up and running again, and I haven't cheated the money in, which is, well, it's dead easy to do. I can't believe I actually saw there was a video apparently on somebody telling you how to cheat money into Farm Sim. If you're that way inclined and you did it in 17, if you follow the same routine in 19, you'll soon work it out. It's not exactly the same. They might have changed names and such, but yes, I wouldn't have thought it was worthy of it, but apparently it is. So there you are. I said I wasn't going to moan, and what have I done? Yes. But I noticed that Cattle and Crops and Assetto Corsa Competizione, or Competizione, whichever you want to call it, have both had fairly major updates. So I have to get back on them, because I haven't been on them for donkeys. Right, let's just hang fire a minute. 75, 79, okay. Oh, that's a bit... No, that's too much. Yeah, well, that's still a bit too much, but yeah, that'll do. Oh, my eyes are going funny. But this is why I got and this, I have to say, see this wee beastie here? See, now that's the bit that annoys me, but that's just me. But anyway, the details they've got in this are fantastic. And there's the bit I can't wait to use. Is your high, low and reverse, and then I assume that to be a 5-speed box. I could be wrong, but I think so. How's that for a guesstimate? Oh, pretty rubbish. I know. Yes, like anybody's surprised. Now then, talking of surprises, oh, there you go now, 93. So, what do you reckon? End of the line? Might just get the end of the, have another look. Oh, maybe not. We're kind of covering it, so let's just do that a bit. Oh, 98%. There we are, done. Stop. Oh. Okay. Why the... Right, that's odd. But anyway, that was my gear stick, sorry, I've just... Oh, I will get these buttons sorted out, honest. Anyway. Ta-da! Done. Complete that. Pom pom. Do. Where's field 6? Now I might go and do field 6, but you can see there, if I can get it on something where you can actually see, 35 grand. We're getting there. Oh, and the other thing I noticed, when buying placeable objects, animal pens specifically, I could not get the F1 menu up, and I kept looking on other people thinking, how do they see how do they know how much money it is? And then I watched Species doing it, and there you go, it was, the price was on it. And after I updated, I now do that. So there's a huge list of fixes that they've done. So fair play to them. In all honesty, fair play to them. I know I had a right good moan, and yeah, I am a moany git, but they not only said, well, here's a workaround, which I, as previously discussed, disagree with, but they've actually started doing stuff about it, and that's pretty quick off the mark, because it's not an official update. If I remember what, the last two have had 4 or 5 updates. Now, granted, most of them were DLC, and it was just throw out some DLC with an excuse for a few tweaks and polishes. But they did say they were going to polish the 2 maps with this one, and I wonder if we're going to get another couple of little sort of mini updates before we get the first DLC, because surely they're going to wait till about a month anyway before they do a big update. But hats off to them, they've got their bum and gear and they've got an update out pretty quick in the grand scheme of things. So that's where we are at the moment. 35 grand. We've got quite a good little fleet going. We can cover one of most things. I'm just going to do contracts forevermore at the moment until my own crop grows. I did have barley on there when I bought it. Hang on, I've got to that one. Yes. When I bought 31, I did have barley on it, and bizarrely it needed absolutely nothing. No ploughing, no lime, just throw some seed in it and fertiliser and job's good. So, yes. Now, see that we target species has mentioned this a couple of times. That's me doing it with a side panel, okay? Or, as the game would have you believe, a gamepad. As soon as I move my mouse and then stop, because I have no input now from the randomised assignments that they were doing before, which incidentally is one thing they've specifically stopped now. If it's an unknown item, they won't do it. I've lost that now, so it's great. It just if I use that, I come back, and that's my side panel. And if I use the mouse, pop, it goes. So there you are, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I wasn't too ranty this time. We're getting going. Another couple of fertilising jobs, and I should be ready to step up the combine, because I want to get the combine bigger. I'm gonna see how far I can get with this contracting bit, purely the contracting before I start getting critters. I think I'll save critters for the next run through when I go on to farm manager, and yes, I will be doing farm manager. So there, that's the plan, such as it is. So in the meantime, again, thank you all for watching, very much appreciated. Have a grand day, and cheers for now.